Hello, everyone. Today I want to take a look at suspension management, the new suspension management features in season management, and how that affects things on the race night entry list. So I'll start by looking at adding a suspension in suspension management. Start with going to season management icon, and then you'll see suspensions on the tabs list on the left. This is where you can view any past suspensions as well as view any suspensions that are still being enforced, and you can edit those and view those as well, or you can add a new one. When I go to add a new one, really you're just taking a look at the suspension type, which rules or claim refusal, things of that nature, the fee associated with it if there's any kind of fine involved, the name of the competitor. So this is where you're just selecting the driver profile of the driver who is going to be suspended. It's just an active search, just like the entry screen is. The date range, if there's a date range to the suspension, and then any notes. And I especially want to highlight these backgate notes because these notes will be seen in the entry screen during the entry process. So we'll take a look at those things. But when you've got the suspension added, I still want to be able to view the suspension or edit it, either way. And this is the screen that comes up, right? And you're basically just editing the same information that we put in. The type, the status, the fee, if the payment was paid or not, those types of things. You can track all those things internally, end date, all those types of things. Again, you can edit the backgate notes. So I have a custom message set here, and we'll take a look at that here in just a moment. Edit what class the driver is suspended for, and then if there is a time frame that you're going to revoke points for that driver longer than the suspension time frame, whether in the past or in the future, you can have the revoke points options there. So what does that mean for race night management? Well, what that means is when I go to enter this suspended driver into the event, you'll get a message. The entrant has an active suspension. Set to remain active, you have to use the checkboxes below. So if I go below, there's a suspension checkbox now. This is that custom message that we'd mentioned. If he pays the fine, he can race. That was the custom message that we'd put in. So you can communicate with your backgate staff that way. And now in order for this driver to compete, you actually have to check the box to allow the entry with suspension, and then go ahead and add to the entry list that way. Under the reports, and actually this report exists in season management. So when I go back to season management, under the reports, there's now a suspension bypass report, which will show you for each driver who is suspended when the suspension was bypassed in the entry list. In other words, how many times or for which race night, for which driver, did you check the box that says allow the driver to compete even though he's suspended? So you can go back and see, once the suspension was in effect, what race nights he competed during that time frame. So you can audit that list as well. This is a newer feature in My Race Pass. If you have any questions about using it, definitely reach out to us. You can reach us support@myracepass.com via email. So please do reach out if you have questions. Thanks for taking the time to watch. And thanks again for being a member of Team MRP.